journalism into a brand new company in a brand new field. How did you gear yourself up to be able to make that change for your own well-being? And how important do you think it is for students entering the workforce to be able to be comfortable making those changes?
When I talk to students, I often, say that your first job is not a life sentence. You want to treat it as, an experiment a little bit, because you'll find out very quickly, from shifting from the academic environment into a working environment, that you're going to there's going to be things that you really enjoy, and there's going to be things that you don't like. And so it really is sort of understanding that, it's, did you go to work at a place where you like the leadership style or you don't, that you like the pace of work or you don't, that you like the team that you've been placed on, or the way that, teams work at your organization, or you don't. And so I think you have to be open to the exploration, and you may be lucky enough to land at a place where you spend a long time, but if you don't, that's okay, because what you learn about what you don't like is as important as learning about what you do enjoy, in the professional setting.
So becoming a good leader is rarely an easy task, right? Especially quickly. And you've had a chance in your different roles to develop your skill as an effective leader. And I was wondering if you could share some of the traits you think important for students to learn while they're in school, and if there's anything they can be doing outside of school to get those skills.
I think that one of the areas of exploration for students should be to sort of understand what is their personal brand. And you can find that out fairly easily. You can ask your siblings, you can ask your parents, you can ask your friends. What when you think of me, what do you think of? And I'm the comedian, I'm the fixer, I'm the convener, I'm the diplomat. I mean, whatever it is, we all play a role in the various circles that we run in, again, with our friends and our family, our colleagues, whatever it might be. Hearing that feedback kind of helps you understand what you are good at. Let's say you're great at problem solving, or let's say you're great at making sure that all the friends stay connected, or you are the person that people come to when they need advice because you can think about all the angles, or you can think pragmatically about something without getting personally involved. We all have different skills. And so I think that one of the things that students can do right now is ask those questions, right, of the people around them.
Is personal brand almost like self-awareness, in a sense of like you're defining and you know what yourself, who you are, and then therefore that's a trait that's very interesting to companies, especially if you're younger?
I mean, absolutely. And I think something, another thing that younger people don't tend to dwell on is vulnerability, because it is sometimes seen as weakness, right? It's those things that you don't have. And so I'm not willing to make myself vulnerable because I want to come across as a great candidate. I want to be perfect. I want to be perfect for your organization. I think that when you have that self-awareness, when you can embrace the things you are good at, and accept and understand the things that might be less of a natural skill, you can show some of that vulnerability. And for millennial, Gen Z, I think it helps you come across as authentic, right? You know who you are, you know what you're capable of. You're not overselling your skills or capabilities, but you are confident in how you can come and contribute onto the team.
Within public relations itself, like you said, you've seen quite a big change, and I was wondering maybe you could describe a bit of that, or where do you think nowadays that students should be focused on as kind of the growth opportunities within the PR communication space?
Public relations today represents so much more than media relations. It is about issues management and reputation management. It's about brand building. It's about social influencers. It's a whole new ecosphere of communication strategies, because now we can talk directly to the consumer, right? We can do that through social media channels. We can be our own media company. If we want to be. We're omni-channel. There are a million ways for consumers and all of our audiences and stakeholders to get information about our company, our organization, our brand. And so we have to be on top of all of that. And then there are complicating factors. So there's the political environment. There is the environment of social issues. that, are pressing on brands, to get involved or say something or take a stand. And so, PR is at the center of that. And so it's really changed.
Each field in itself is highly dynamic. So within communications or PR, for this next generation, what do you see kind of as the macro trends of the next 5 years, or how it will evolve over the next 5 years in your mind?
I think there's huge opportunity in the fields of reputation management. There's huge opportunities in digital communications. So I think that as you're coming into this field, the thing that you're going to continue to be able to do is build upon the skills that you bring into the organization. So you're a great writer. You know how to pitch to the media. You know how to write a communications plan. Well, now we're going to be talking about, a new, maybe we're starting our presence in a brand new social platform. So how are you going to build that? What do you know about this social platform? And by the way, there might be a social platform that didn't exist, right? So, along came Facebook, along came Twitter, along came Instagram, along came Snapchat, along came, TikTok. And so as each of these platforms have come on, we've needed people who could spend time to learn the platforms and then come back and tell us what they think is applicable to our brand, as an example. That's huge opportunity. I mean, there are platforms that we're probably going to be using in 10 years that we don't even know about right now. And so if you think about that from a career, standpoint, the social digital space is, a great place to think about going. And then also, and what I would call brand and reputation management. There's so much in that. There is corporate social responsibility. There's environmental sustainability, and all the things that organizations are trying to do to do their part to prevent destructive climate change. So there's so many different ways to kind of tailor a communications career now based on all of the things that organizations and companies are focused on.
And then Linda, I guess one thing we always like to ask too is, if you were looking back at your younger self, what's one piece of advice you would give to yourself in college?
I think the advice that I would have given myself was, I was focused on being very buttoned up, being a resource that was always right, that I did my homework, and that I had thought everything through. And what I would tell my younger self is, people aren't looking for perfection. They're looking for energy and perseverance. And so giving myself some more grace, being willing to make some more mistakes early on, and realizing that's not failure, that's part of the learning process. That's probably what I would go back and tell my younger self.